Today, I am at the Pink Elephant Antique Mall in Livingston, Illinois. And wait till you see what all they got right here. Just on the outside alone, there's a whole bunch of neat things, including somebody who wants to make America great again. How about that? On this episode of Southeast Iowa Today, we're going to show you something unique along the old Route 66. We're going to get our kicks. And this episode is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer? They've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops. Blue Dog Lawn Care of Wayland, Iowa, for all of your commercial and residential lawn care needs. And they also take care of snow removal when you need that too. Present Southeast Iowa Today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's go check this stuff out. That's Interstate 55, I-55 in Illinois. That connects Chicago to St. Louis. And like I said before, there's a reason they call it Pink Elephant. You don't see one of these every day, do you, folks? And right over here, and I have to say, it's a beautiful Midwestern day as I'm on the road over in the state of the land of Lincoln in Illinois on June 4th, 2024. You wonder where those old Twisty Treat ice cream buildings end up? Here's one right now. And this little brontosaurus is one of those Sinclair dinosaurs. Pepsi Cola cooler has been repurposed, of course. Look at this train for the kids. And right over here, right behind Mark's Big Boy, got Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. And here we have, ladies and gentlemen, the world's largest underwear model. Another little brontosaurus right next to Marilyn Monroe. Some guy fishing. If you know anything about this, put it in the comments. And then right up here, look at this. Donaldus Magnus himself, Donald Trump, with his MAGA red hat on, ready to make America great again. Right next door to this fella. I don't know how close we should get to him. Look at the teeth on that. Tanya, Christina, young ladies, welcome to Southeast Iowa Today. And what brings you here today?
Well, actually, I was out, we were doing a country drive, saw a video for the Pink Elephant Antique Store, and I am a Pyrex collector, so we came over to see what they had. This is our first visit here, and we have spent 3.5 hours here when we were supposed to be home moving.
Holy cow! So did you find some bargains?
We found some great bargains, yes sir.
Nice. How about you?
Same thing. I was along for the ride, and here we are.
So there's no guilt for you that you didn't help move.
Oh, I'm the enabler.
You're the
I'm
enabler.
supposed to be the moving, and I'm the enabler for her. She's like, I don't need it. I'm like, yeah, you do.
That is
Yeah, you
awesome.
do.
That is awesome. What is your favorite part of this whole place?
I found funny things.
Funny things like what?
Hello Kitty things.
Hello Kitty things. Now, did you get to bring any home? Are you going to bring any home with you today? You just looked at them.
Yeah. 'cause-
You know, you're not every time you shop can you take something home,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Now, you on the other hand, I bet you kept begging, didn't you? You say, I want something. I want, no? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept begging.
What, what
I
were you?
got one thing.
Oh, it worked, huh?
Yeah, I got a green bear.
A green bear?
Yeah, teddy bear.
Nice.
It had a dress. It's not like a drag around one. It is a one to keep.
Wow. Well, you
And
better,
like collect.
well, you're going to take care of it then, aren't you?
And my grandma, she has three.
Three
One-
bears?
One that is much loved.
Oh, wow. Now, are you sure you didn't get anything?
Nope.
No.
Well, I don't know. Ask my grandma.
No, what did we just do? So we didn't
Got
buy
ice cream.
stuff, but we got ice cream and lunch.
Oh, well, I'd say that's pretty good. And you got a little cone left. Watch out, those chipmunks might want it.
Nope.
So 3.5 hours here. So what did you, what's your overall impression?
Oh,
There's so much.
So many
There's so
treasures.
much to see. There's so much. I mean, we found a book from 1919.
Really?
Yep, a hand-stitched book from 1919. We found, there's everything. Anything you can think of, it's in there.
It's incredible. My wife and I just happened to be going this way, and I knew a friend of mine, Bob DeWitt's been here before, and he posted a Facebook memory the other day on Facebook that he was here and had all kinds of neat pictures. So I said, I'm going to be going by there in a couple days. I might stop. And then somebody from the Pink Elephant Facebook page says, hope to see you, John. So I'm here, and I tried to find, a couple of ladies were shy and didn't want to go on camera. And then the one lady that's not shy, she wasn't here. So I'm glad I was able to catch up with you ladies.
And you know, the fun thing is we actually have lived in the area 12 years, and I have been up and down this stretch. I've seen it numerous times, and I've always said, oh, I'm going to stop in. And it was one of those things that something happens, we get busy,
We always
whatever.
had the little kids.
We always had the little kids
Little
that they couldn't
ones.
touch. It was beautiful because they behaved themselves, and like I said, we just got to stop in and take a look around, and it was really a walk down memory lane too.
Well, it's definitely cool, and I'm glad I did the same thing because, like I said, we've been by here lots of times, and it was each of our days.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And got to have you on the podcast.
Perfect.
All right.
I'm the one that mostly talks.
You're the one that mostly talks? No one will ever guess that when they see this on video. Well, thanks, ladies.
Thanks so much. Safe
Wait, can I
travels.
tell one thing?
Okay, one thing.
The reason why we actually came here is because my grandma had to pick Pyrex up from an auction.
Well, that's what I heard.
Uh-huh. Picking up pirates.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
She found blue.
All right, thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Suzanne, welcome to Southeast Iowa today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you for taking some time out of your busy day here to tell me more about this incredible place.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you stopping in on your travels and stuff. We're at the Pink Elephant Antique Mall in Livingston, Illinois. It's been here for a little over 15 years. My brother and sister-in-law purchased it at the end of 2022.
Wow.
But my sister-in-law Tanya had actually managed the diner, another business, the Twisted Treat Diner. She had managed it for multiple years. They had leased it actually starting in 2020.
Oh, great year
Right.
for that.
The very first week that they were open, COVID hit. So, but since then, like I said, they've purchased the whole property. So we've got the Pink Elephant Antique Mall, the Twisted Treat Diner, which is a 50s diner. And then we have the Mother Road Fudge and Candy Shop, where we make all of the fudge in-house. It's actually one of our waitresses here at the diner makes all of it. And there can be upwards to 15 to 20 different flavors of fudge.
Wow, that's incredible.
On any given day. And then we also have the Area 66 Haunted School that we added last year.
Haunted School?
Haunted School that happens in October. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we sit in the old Livingston High School building and gymnasium.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So are there like crazy ghosts of teachers past, or what's going on there?
Not of teachers that we know of.
But students maybe?
You never know. Because it's an antique mall, you just never know what is going to be drawn in. We did have a paranormal team come out here in, I think it was March of this year, and they got some crazy hits in the stage area at the gymnasium. So not sure what that means.
That's,
yeah.
You know, it's like when you don't believe, then something happens that makes you believe.
Right.
And it's probably, so I'm not going to question it.
No, yeah, and you never know. You hear a noise, but like I heard a noise this morning. I thought, you know, who was that? But they were in the other side of the building, and you just happened to hear it because there was a door connecting us. I'm like, okay. Well, when the lights kick on by themselves and there's no light switch,
that's a little freaky.
That's a little freaky.
I always, if something weird or strange happens, I always say, okay, if you're a ghost or whatever, I'm not here for very long, so I promise I won't bother you. And if you're a crazy relative from the beyond, you know better than to mess with me.
Right. You know, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
So how long have you been part of this?
I started working for my brother and sister-in-law last August.
Okay.
I knew that they were extremely busy. They both still had full-time jobs on top of this. So I was looking for some extra side work to do, and now I work.
They had it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I look in the parking lot's full of cars here, and
yeah, and it's a Tuesday, so we just had a huge motorcycle group from, where they say, Switzerland, I think it was, stop in today on their way up to Chicago.
Okay.
But we get a lot of people traveling on Route 66. So
I'll tell you what, it's amazing, and one of the goals that I have someday is to travel the whole thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's, I mean,
and we've
here,
got a booklet for that.
Do you?
Yeah,
okay.
we do. Yeah.
Well, I was to say, just stopping here, you could spend a good part of a day. I mean, some of the folks that I talked to earlier in the interview, I mean, those ladies who were here most of the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge antique mall. It's a full gymnasium, plus your stage area. And then upstairs in the old part of the school, there's an upstairs and a downstairs as well. So we have more than 50 dealers here with booths and cases and stuff. So there's a lot to look at.
I started walking around in there, and I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble. And I just had some restoration work done on my classic car, and if I want to make it to 38 years of marriage, I can't buy anything else, right?
There you go. You know your limitations.
Exactly.
Or your spouse's limitations.
Yeah, so what she'll put up with, that's for sure. So I'm just glad she puts up with me.
There you go.
So what is your favorite part of the whole place, Suzanne?
Everything changes on a daily basis, you know, and that keeps it interesting. So all the different people that come in here, you get to meet a lot of new people. So, and the dealers, if they have a booth, they work, and that's how we kind of work that out. So getting to know them and hearing their stories behind some of the stuff that they have. But yeah, getting to see the people. And
did you earlier tell me how many dealers you have actually here?
Yeah, there's a little over 50.
So you're meeting, you know, a
ton of people.
Yeah, a lot of folks. That's cool. That's cool. Would you mind walking out with me if you get your sunglasses and tell me about that flying saucer?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll wrap up this segment and we'll go to the flying saucer next.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, thanks. Suzanne, tell me about this magnificent flying saucer.
Absolutely. So it's called a Futuro home, and only about 94 of them were made in the very first production back in, I think it's the 70s or 80s. And there are only about 14 or 15 in the United States.
Wow.
So the original owner of the Pink Elephant had heard about this one's existence just north of Springfield, Illinois, and
Really?
heard it was just sitting out in the woods and vacated. So he found the owner and did what he did, bought it, got it down here. It's an empty shell right now, but it is a home. It's supposed to be a home. The designs are to have them finished. I think there's only one in the United States out in Joshua Tree National Park.
Okay.
That is an Airbnb, and it's the only one that's finished. We do have plans to turn this into an Airbnb.
How cool is that?
Right? Yeah. So I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's round. It has a very particular shape, so you're going to have to get very clever with where the rooms all go and everything.
How big is it inside? Do you know, like, the square footage?
You know, no, sorry.
I guess it'd be round footage, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it would be round. I have no idea how big it is inside. I just know I've looked at the design work, and you have about enough space for a bedroom, and I think it's like a U-shaped kitchen and a small bathroom. So it's not very big.
That's cool. Well, hopefully sometime when that gets finished, I'll come back and we'll get that on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be great. And over there in the open parking lot or the open yard, we plan on putting about a 21 to 22 spot RV park. So
that'll be
that is in
nice.
the works right now. We're in the very beginning stages of it. So
You guys are very innovative.
yes, yeah, my brother gets a lot of ideas. The haunted school was all his idea. He came up with that. It was very successful the very first year. We did a fundraiser. Proceeds went to the local fire department, and some of the proceeds will go there again this year. And he keeps coming up with stuff. We had a spring vendor fair out here. It was great, and they bought the UFC fighting ring over there so that bands can play on it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
lots of stuff.
this is just another example of American entrepreneurism.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's really cool. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thank you, John.
And no podcast of the Pink Elephant Antique Mall would be complete without Harley Davidson Man. Just think of it as Harley right next to him. What a cool place. Thanks to Suzanne Hormel of the Pink Elephant Antique Mall, and thank you for watching. I'll tell you what, the next time you're cruising up or down I-55 over here in Illinois, Livingston, Illinois, don't just look over and look and say, oh, look at that pink elephant. Look at that big statue of Donald Trump. Pull on over and check it out. I want to thank my sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops, and Blue Dog Lawn Care. I'm your host, John Dane. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.